Hi guys, welcome to channel Crick Oxygen. Today we have with us Ritik Danani from Wicket Whispers, becoming a very prominent face in our channel. Hi Ritik, how are you doing? The Tendulkar Anderson Trophy is going on. So I think this is the first video we're covering about that about the particular tournament on our channel, and talking about that, I firmly believe. I mean, to start things in the first three test matches, India have been very good with their performance. To be very honest, the score line 2-1 in favor of England maybe might not suggest that, but I really do believe that India have played a very good brand of cricket that they've played. So, what are your initial thoughts?
Yes, first of all, doing good, doing good, Rohit. And yes, I really like the way you mentioned it as a Tendulkar Anderson Trophy, then Anderson Tendulkar. But yeah, I think even if I had to announce that name, I would have gone with Tendulkar first, obviously. But yes, talking about this series so far, it has again India has performed better than our expectations. To be honest, I was thinking that it's going to be very tough for them, but the way they have put on the fight, especially you can see how things went down in Lords. So I think according to expectations and so far looking at the scoreline of the series, you probably will think that England will be happy with the kind of scoreline they are in. But that's what I think one of the people in the broadcast also was saying. Out of this, I think 15 days of cricket is played in the three test matches. Only 2 or 3 days it's England who have performed better, and still the scoreline looks like 2-1. So I think yes, England will be in more relief rather than happy because they were in a situation where they could have lost both the games, even the first one and the third one. Second one, to obviously India gave no chance to England. But yes, I think a lot of positives for Indian team. Talking about how their middle order has performed. Now the runs as well have come from the top order. Yashasvi, but to be honest, after that first match, hasn't scored that those many runs. But I think in the long test series, these things happen. But I think over and all, India will be happy with the kind of position they are in at the end of three test matches.
Yes, definitely. I mean, the one thing that you spoke about, even recently, I think Ravichandran Ashwin as well in his YouTube channel actually mentioned for a fact that, England have actually, won limited number of sessions in the both
Yeah.
test matches that they won. In fact, if you take 30 sessions together in both the test matches that they won, the first and the third test match, they've only won close to, I think, 7 or 8 sessions. But those are the crucial sessions that they won. And I think that is the only reason why they have won both the test matches, and that's what he has well mentioned in his video. So it is, I think, a very good observation. That you also told on this occasion that I really believe that India, maybe yes, they've played a very good brand of cricket, but I think on a few instances, I think. The way Joe Root batted, for example, I
Yeah.
think in a particular session, especially on day one, the way he battled, I think those are the small moments I thought where India maybe missed out on a few sessions. I think that's where England came out on top. And we all speak about the fact that KL Rahul batted really well. I mean, the
Mm.
likes of Jadeja. We'll specifically come to that. I
Understand.
mean, I think we'll have to talk a lot about Jadeja. But I really thought that where England actually won was the way Ben Stokes bowled. I mean, I think close to 8 overs, 9 overs on the trot. He
Yeah.
really looked like a warrior, a man on a mission, and I really think Ben Stokes' value addition to England as a captain, as an all-rounder. Obviously, the quality of player that he is, I think this test match actually belonged to Ben Stokes.
Yes, of course, Rohit, and he was, I think, the player of the match as well. Once the presentation was happening after the match,
Yeah.
everyone was talking about how important his spell was, especially in the fourth innings, the way he bowled. And he always had this knack of coming in and providing the breakthrough. Whenever there's a partnership on the opposition team, Ben Stokes will come in and provide a wicket. We have seen that even in the previous test series that England played in India. They lost that series, but whenever he used to come in, I think he came in the last match in Dharamshala, he got the wicket of Rohit on the very first ball in that series. So yes, I
Yes,
think he's
yes.
always been very crucial with the ball. I think he's very undershadowed in talking about his bowling, especially in red ball. But yes, he has been equally effective. I think the game changing moment, if you we were talking about the sessions with which England have won comparison to how India has played in the remaining sessions. I think we were talking about. I was talking to this to my one of my friend regarding that run out that took place, and again Ben Stokes was involved
Mm.
in that
Yeah,
run out. I think that was the moment where India was looking probably more dominant than England, and they were looking to get a lead of at least 70, 80 runs, if not more. I think that was the point where, with that run out, first Rishabh got out, and then again KL just got his 100, and then on a tossed up delivery against Bashir, was trying to go for a drive. This KL got out, and from there on, obviously, the kind of conditions were there. Obviously, it would have been very difficult for the lower order batters. So I think that's the point in the third innings where we lost the lead, as in we were just able to score how much they scored it. And from there
true.
on, I think Shubman also mentioned in the presentation that the opening stand, we were expecting it to be little better. Or top, not specifically top two batters, but at least from top three, top four, you expected more runs in the fourth innings. I think these were the two areas where, again, Ben Stokes were heavily involved in both these situations while bowling in the fourth innings and that run out in the third innings. So yeah, I think second innings, run out in the second innings. So yeah, I think these were the two areas where the game shifted out of the hands, and these were very two specific moments, but had a pretty big impact.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and also maybe I'm not very sure, but maybe Akashdeep, maybe in hindsight, we can discuss that fact. Akashdeep as a night watchman, maybe I thought, uh, especially the way, Jasprit Bumrah or Siraj supported the likes of Jadeja at the other end, I really thought, the question of having Akashdeep would have definitely helped India. In the hindsight, that's what I thought. But
Mm.
I mean, having said that, do you think? I mean, I personally feel that if Rishabh Pant had come in the last maybe 4 overs or so, maybe given that counter attack, that extra 20, 25 runs could have mattered at the end. I mean, all this is in hindsight. But what is your opinion? I think.
Mm.
Do you feel that the question of Akashdeep would have helped at the back end for India?
I think in place of Akash, they could have sent Washington, I guess. In
Yeah.
hindsight, also, I think that, to be honest, if I was there in the present moment when I saw Akashdeep coming out to bat, I was not really surprised, to be honest. But looking at how things went down from there on, in hindsight, you can say probably, as you mentioned, Rishabh, or I don't think so. They were too keen or too confident with Rishabh, because that would have been very risky, to be honest, at that time, because
True.
everyone was tired, and you don't want your key players to go out and get out in this fashion where only 10, 15 deliveries are left. So I think
True.
Rishabh, anyways, wouldn't have come out to bat. Any proper batter, I don't think so, would have come out to bat. The closest, I think, was Washington. And I think even with Bumrah, the question was, everyone would have thought that, what if he get injured? Last few overs, Stokes was bowling really well. So I think with Bumrah, that was the reason. Otherwise, if the injury concern was not there, I think Bumrah would have come out to bat. But I think because Akash Deep, with some of his big shots, I think this was that uh, decision that was taken by the Indian team, that he can score runs as well when he tries to attack, and even if he gets out, okay, we don't care that much. I think that was the point, and that and I think probably they were thinking that they were expecting more from Akash regarding his tendency to go for big shots. But I think that was not the kind of wicket he could have scored. So I think, yes, in hindsight, you can say that they could have sent someone else. But to be honest, in that moment, I don't think so. They would have gone with any other option.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all these we are
Yeah.
discussing is definitely in hindsight,
Hindsight.
but
Yeah.
I really believe that I really felt that actually 112 for eight. I think this game. I thought this game was done. To be very honest, but the way Mohammad Siraj, the likes of Jasprit Bumrah, to
Yeah.
play the way they did. I still remember towards the end of the test match, right? There was a stump my conversation whereby even Jadeja had asked to like Mohammad Siraj regarding if he can manage that 1 over. So I mean, if a teammate is so confident on Mohammad Siraj to play out an over, I really think they've done really well. I think hats off to the way they've played. The way they have taken this test match to the very end. But I really felt that I think off cam as well we were discussing that Ravindra Jadeja should have maybe taken the gamble because I recall Headingley the way Ben Stokes batted against Australia.
Mhm.
He went for his
Yeah.
shots. If you could remember,
Yeah. Yeah.
he went for that sweep. He went for the reverse sweep against Nathan Lyon. I really had that feeling that right. you could take your gamble, right? Because if you are going to have Mohammad Siraj at the other end and make him play a few deliveries, that is a same gamble that you're going to take, right? Very
Of
similar.
course.
So why not go for your shots? I think that was one way of thinking about it, and also the way Jadeja, the persistence that he showed, right? Ravindra Jadeja, the way he batted, to block it a time and again, to just get those singles time and again, I think was really good. Yes, Jasprit Bumrah, maybe in hindsight, once again, we could say that that risky shot at that point in time, maybe. But otherwise, I thought, overall, India, the cricket that they're playing is really good. But to be very honest, I think I expected a lot from Karun Nair, to be very honest. But I think Karun Nair, maybe 20, 30 runs in this innings would have been very, very crucial. And also, it would have given him one more game, is what I believe, actually.
Yes, rightly mentioned. I was coming to ask you regarding what's the scenario with Karun in the next match. But yes, I think after this match, the noise is building, the pressure is there. Everyone is talking about what's going to happen with Karun Nair. Uh, I think at least 150 plus score could have he could have shown to everyone that okay, I've scored some runs. He scored some 30s, 40s. To be honest, for someone who
Yeah,
understands cricket and who must have seen him play, would have definitely say that okay, he's looking good. That's still that's what my understanding is.
100%,
But
yes.
but your yes, but the dilemma is here: how long you are going to give him the chance, because the person who is sitting is Sai Sudarshan. And if,
Mm,
I think if Sai was not there in the team, if it was Abhimanyu Iswaran, and that's very harsh reality, to be honest. I don't want to as in sound very cocky about it, but I'm saying if Sai was not there, definitely Karun would have got the next two matches. But because Sai Sudarshan is there, there's always a pressure to try Sai in England conditions. He's obviously played one first test match, but I think because Sai Sudarshan is sitting, he is not in the 11. I think it's going to be very tricky to see Karun in the next match. I don't think so that's going to happen. If it does, I don't have any problem. I think 3 matches, 4 matches doesn't make a big difference. Even if he gets 5 test matches, ideally it should be the case. If you're giving a person a chance, should be a series. In test matches, especially in places where you have fought in such fashion and where you have scored some runs as well. It's not like he's gotten out on single digits. He's scored runs. He's
true.
looked confident, to be honest. He's coming after scoring 200 in that India A versus England Lions game. So he has that
Exactly.
confidence, he has the technique. It just boils down to what are you looking at? Who do you want to give that preference? At this moment, to be honest, the preference will be with Sai. There's no doubt in that because of his age, because of the high ceiling that he has as a player, and how India has taken decisions in the last 5 years, I'll say, in especially in red ball. So I think chances are that Sai is going to replace. Not sure what will happen with Abhimanyu. That's a different debate
I
altogether.
Yeah, I mean, the point of Bhagwan Ishwara you mentioned, I think it'll go on for a while if we start discussing. I
Yeah.
think there are a lot of
Yeah.
factors involved in it, but I really do believe that if you talk about someone like Karun Nair, he's actually looked very good. I think,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, maybe 10 more runs. I think if I'm not wrong, in the first innings, the man he
Yeah.
got out. I think Joe Root took a very good catch, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I think if he would have got 10 more runs in that innings, I think we wouldn't have discussed this point at all because, I mean, the shots that he plays, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
To be very honest, the cover drives, the straight drives, it looks so elegant. And
Yeah.
I really believe that he's just that one knock away from, a big 100 or whatever you want to call it, right? A good quality knock. Even, let's talk about KL Rahul's knock, right? In the second innings. It's
Mhm.
just 39 maybe in the scorecard, but the character he showed, the application that he showed, I mean, no doubt about that man's class, but just the application that he showed, I think it
Yeah.
was at the next level. And I think, to be very honest, on this point, I think definitely Karuna is just that one knock away, and he might
Mhm.
get that one more test match, is what we believe. What I personally believe, but as you mentioned, if he doesn't also, I think it is understood.
Yeah. I think yes. So that's the point. But I think looking at how things have gone, especially, and that's something that just came into my mind. How Kale played is replica how everyone should play in these sort of conditions where it's very difficult to bat on. And I think in these sort of conditions you need more players like Kane. And I
True.
think even Sai Sudarshan is there, Abhimanyu Iswaran is there. Just it came to my mind right now. Dhruv Jurel could be an excellent choice. I think I've seen him
Mhm.
bat in these sort of conditions. He's excellent. Obviously, he's the keeper. So, in your mind, you are thinking that he can only replace Rishabh. But I think the number at which he plays and where Karun batted at number six, he could be ideal at that position. Obviously, he'll not play in that position when India is playing in subcontinent or
True.
places where it's batting friendly. But I think yes, we are going to talk about Sai, we are going to talk about Iswaran, but I think Jurel is also a player who hasn't done anything wrong, at least in the red ball. But yeah, because of Pant, because of all the players who are there in the middle order, he's not getting the chance. I think India can look at Jurel as well to try out how he is performing because he has been excellent even in the A games that he has played. He scored some 90. I think in that game where Karun scored 200, he scored 95, 96. I'm not wrong. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
could be
got
that
a very good
possible.
50.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, very good point that you told. I mean, there's no need that he has to play in as a keeper, right? He can play as a pure batter.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
about it. Definitely he can play as a pure batter. That is also a choice that we have, but we don't really look. I mean, we're not sure whether the management is looking to play Jurel as a pure batter, right? Especially
Yeah.
at that number that we're talking about. And also, maybe there are a lot of things that we can discuss about that, regarding this third test match, right? There are a lot of people who are saying that there is 22 buys that India have conceded, and I think that is one of the main reasons for the loss and all of that. But I really do believe that it is so difficult. I don't think many of
Mm.
them have covered this point. Dhruv Jurel came in as a substitute for Rishabh Pant. Due to
Yeah.
Rishabh Pant's injury, he had to come in. And
Mm.
I think as a wicket keeper, personally, I'm a wicket keeper, so I can tell you that it is so difficult. I mean, more than the skill levels, right? The mental aspects that you talk about, it is very, very difficult mentally to come
Mm.
in, and especially you're not playing, in the subcontinent, right? You're playing at,
Yeah.
in England conditions, different conditions. The ball is going to swing, off the surface, it's going to do something. So I don't really think it is right to put the blame on someone like Dhruv Jurel. Yes, I
Yeah.
think he will definitely work on it, come better. But I don't think in this test match it is a right thing to put the blame on Dhruv Jurel. But yes, coming back to your point, I think Dhruv Jurel can be a better option. And Washington Sundar as well. He got a 4 for in the second
Yeah.
innings. I really think if you can promote Washington Sundar top of the order, that also can be one of the options. Let's
Mm.
say in case they want to play someone like Jurel, right? You can have him at number six maybe, and promote Washington Sundar at number three. Maybe Washington Sundar at number three with the new ball. We are not really sure. But I think that can be, one option where they can work. But I don't think India have, played that one-sided test match, right, to do so much of experiment.
Yeah, yeah, rightly mentioned. I think even if India would have lost it very badly, to be honest, I don't think so. Still, they would have made this decision because that's the point most of the people have made that promote Sundar up because, anyways, I think lower down the order you are not able to utilize. But I think yeah, that's one of the things I don't think so. They are going to try in this series. They are definitely going to try it probably where it's easier to bat, where he's probably in India they can try that, but I don't think so that India is going to try that in England. They could. I'm not against the decision, but looking how India has played Test cricket in last few years, I don't think so they are going to do that. But if you want to utilize, if you want to find the right balance, I think these are some experiments you need to do. It probably comes down to when is the right time to do that. Looking at the condition now, it's very sensitive to one. You want to be very orthodox with your decision making. So I think at this moment, probably the likely thing that's going to happen in the fourth match is looks like Sai is going to come in at number three. I think that's what is looking like at this moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you put me to my next question. I mean,
Yeah.
what is the one change that you're looking at, or not one that one change? Maybe the changes that India would make, ahead of the next Test match. And
Yeah.
also, I firmly believe that they have to go unchanged. And uh, I can see a little bit of clarity in Shubman Gill's captaincy. To be very honest, yes, he's just done three matches, but I
Yeah.
really believe he's had a very good clarity in his captaincy. Yes, sometimes you hear the commentators say a few things about the field changes and all of that, but
Mm.
otherwise, I think if you take his approach, right, his approach is pretty much good, and he has a good clarity with his approach. I believe that they might go with an unchanged 11. If suppose they want to change, maybe Karun Nair will be taken out in place of Sai Sudarshan is what even I believe. But otherwise, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think in Manchester, I'm not sure whether India is going to go with two spinners. Uh, so far, what we have seen,
Mhm.
how Manchester wicket has behaved, I think they can go with one spinner and four quicks. I think that's what I think. I'm not sure whether they are going to do that or not. But looking at how Manchester games have been in past, I still remember one of the games in 2014 where India was playing and they were struggling a lot. As in, I think the best wicket for the fast bowlers, undoubtedly. So far, what I have seen in last 12 years, I think so. As in, it's very safe to go with two spinners who can bat. I think Shardul can be someone who can add into the team. If you want to go with that approach, that you need a batter as well. If you are looking to replace Sundar, but Sundar again becomes equally important. I'm not sure how important, how effective he is going to be on Manchester wicket. Had
Mhm.
it been obviously Lords, he was much better and the conditions assisted him as well. But looking at how Manchester has played, I think so. Even if they go with one proper fast bowler like Arshdeep in the setup with this Bumrah, Arshdeep, Akashdeep, and Siraj, still I think that's going to be very effective. But I think the safer option for India will be that, I think, safer or defensive, whatever you want to say, is to bring in Shardul as well. But I think the best thing will be to bring in Arshdeep, try out four fast bowlers on that sort of surface, one spinner. I think that's going to be enough on Manchester wicket.
Yeah, but in that case, you'll have to drop someone like Nitish Kumar Reddy, right? In that case.
I think in place of Sundar, I'm saying if Sundar is not there, I'm not sure whether two spinners will be worth it
Mm.
in that sort of condition. So I'm saying keep Jadeja, keep Nitish, but in place of Washington, you can bring in a proper fast bowler or a fast bowling all rounder like Shardul. Ideally, it should be proper fast bowler because I think on Manchester wicket you need one extra bowler. That's sort of what I think, what I've seen in the
Combination.
past.
Yeah, yeah, but I think it would be so unfair on Washington because he's got a 4 for in the second innings,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
sometimes team combination come first. But yes, I do believe that combination that you have suggested, I think that definitely will work out. And also, it will be interesting to see because Nitish Kumar Reddy is bowling really well. And the previous matches as well, he actually
Yeah.
got a couple of wickets. So he's looking, they're grooming him well, is what I believe. So I definitely believe that they can go in with the that kind of a combination. And if you want to stretch that batting lineup, you want batting till number 8, right? I think number 8, number 9, or whatever is the case. Maybe I think India can stick on to that formula, or I think
Yes.
bringing in Ashdeep can also be, I think is it might. I'm giving a very early prediction. If Ashdeep can come in, I think India's fortunes might turn. I still believe that
Mm.
because from the
Yeah.
first test match, I had that feeling that right he should be part of the 11.
Yeah.
But still, I think the series is alive. Two test matches to go. If he can come in and do something, I think India's fortunes can still turn.
Is I think the best place to debut as a fast bowler, as a left arm quick who swings the ball. Because to be the point I was trying to make is Chris Jordan. I still remember, who is not a traditional test match bowler.
Yeah.
I still remember he was bowling in 2014. MS was batting. I think India were 59 for 7 or 59 for 8, and it was
Yes. Yes.
extremely difficult to bat. And at that time on Star, when you used to see matches, it used to be, I think the trachometer used to show the amount of swing also, that
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
much
Correct.
centimeters, how much meters the ball is swinging. So I was
Correct.
seeing Chris Jordan is bowling, and it was as in swinging like this off the surface. It was seeming like this. So I think, yeah, that's why my whole emphasis was on Arshdeep. But you rightly mentioned it's not going to be fair with Washington, and if they can rely on Nitish to act as a proper seamer,
Mm.
or who can just fill in at least 80% of the duties of a fast bowler, I think if he can provide that assurance, then I think India is going to stick with the same bowling unit at least. batting unit can still be changed, but I think if Nitish can provide that assistance and provide that assurance that okay, I'm going to fulfill the required job, then I think they can go with the same decision. Otherwise, you never know, Arshdeep can make his debut. He can still make
Yeah,
his debut depending on how Bumrah is Bumrah available or not. If Bumrah is not there, Arshdeep should definitely make his debut. This is high time now.
yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, yes, we were, in fact, if you could remember, we also discussed on Wicket Whispers that, right,
Yes.
Arshdeep should play the second game, right, in place
Yeah.
of Bumrah. But what Akashdeep has done has been magnificent,
Of course. Yeah.
especially in the second test match, he bowled brilliantly, right?
Mhm.
At this point in time, but I believe with a longer break, Bumrah should play. And because this is the right time for him to play, because the series is on the line, because India cannot afford to lose the
Lose
next
this
test
match.
match.
Yeah.
So I really believe that right time for Bumrah to play and right time for India to unleash their fast bowling armory, right, at this stage in
Mhm.
the T series.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so
Correct.
India are playing good cricket throughout this series. So that's what I mean. I think that is the good news. As I started off the video, India, have played great cricket. I think after what they did at the BGT, right? The expectations weren't that high, to be very honest. Outside, I mean, overseas conditions. But I think they have responded better. They have responded better, to be very honest. Maybe the scoreline not in favor of India, but there is definitely strong hopes of India coming back in the next two test matches is what we can say confidently, right?
Yes, definitely. I think India is in a position where they can definitely beat England in the next match and probably in the last match as well. And everyone knows that even England are I think must be having this in back of their mind. So I think yes, it's just about capitalizing in those small moments because the reasons why India has lost two matches, everyone know, and that is something that can be resolved. It's not as if
Yeah.
it's technically or there's a major problem in their way of playing. There are very small areas there that they need to capitalize. If they can tick those boxes, I don't think so. England can defeat India in the next two matches.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, as you mentioned, I think definitely they have the caliber, and let's hope that they do that as well. So, thank you so much, Ritik, for joining us, and we'll definitely, come back for the next reviews as well. So, until then, thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. If you like this video, do like and share it with your friends, and do put your thoughts in the comment section below. And also, I'll add Ritik's channel, Wicket Whispers, the link in the description. Do check it out. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Rohit.